channel. My name is Scott Schaefer with Will for Mobile Sawmill, and today I'm going to show you how to retrofit your Lumbermate with an electric winch. Now, if you have the hydraulics option, good for you. But if you went with the manual options, this is going to save you a lot of time and energy. So let's get started. Alright, so to start off, I'm drilling the hole for the remote control plug. To do that, I'm using an electrician's hole saw. This is meant to cut out holes in electrical boxes, so it works really well with this steel as well. You could probably use a regular hole saw as well. Just make sure that whenever you drill through a piece of metal on the mill, that there's nothing behind the piece of metal that you're going to hit with the drill. Then we'll fish the cord through, get our plug in the hole, and we'll screw it down into place. And I'm going to drill pilot holes for the screws first because the steel is pretty thick. Alright, so next we're going to strap the wire up into place. So I'm going to put 4 straps across the top there, 2 on each side. And again, you just want to make sure that you're not drilling into anything as you drive your screw through. There's a lot of space behind this metal, so it won't be an issue. Depending on what kind of straps you use, you may have to pinch them so that they hold the wire still. Alright, so now I'm going to attach my transformer, or whatever this thing is, to the back panel of the water regulator, or water shutoff, whatever you want to call that. Pretty good spot for it. Easy to take off, therefore easy to install, and it sits pretty solid in that spot. Alright, so what I'm doing now is instead of wiring directly to the transformer like the instructions say to, I'm going to add an extension cord. That way I can unplug the winch and set it aside when I'm not using it. So I'm going to put the male end on the blue and yellow wires coming from the winch. I'm going to put the female end on the extension cord coming from the transformer. Alright, so now we just want to make sure that nothing's going to get in the way of the carriage going up and down. As you can see, it's actually hitting my wires as it goes up, and so what I need to do is I need to twist all those connections in a different direction so that they don't interfere with the carriage elevation. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape up the, and you know, again, I'm not really sure what this little thing is that comes on the red wire, but it is hot to the touch. Like, it'll create a short if it touches something that's grounded, so we need to wrap that in tape really good so it doesn't touch anything. And then we're going to wire the battery. Then we're going to wire it to the battery. And this is the last step in the wiring process because you don't want to zap yourself on any of the other steps. Alright, so here we go. And it works. And this is a really great way to tighten it down while in transit. And now all we have to do is just unplug it, coil it up, put it in the toolbox. And then same with the other cord, is we're just going to coil it up. I like to coil that cord around the neck of the winch, and then this cord I wrap around the handlebar and the elevation spool thingy. So I used to have the 2,500 pound winch. I traded it up for the 3,500. The reason I wanted to trade up is just because it really struggled with a lot of the urban logs that I deal with, which are 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. And even though it's rated for 2,500 pounds, it didn't really do 2,500 pounds. It's not even a deadlift, it's just rolling it up the ramps. So that winch wasn't really cutting it for me. It was doing fine out in the forest where the trees are smaller and lighter, but in the city, not so much. So I beefed up with the 3,500 pound winch. Hopefully this actually lifts at least 2,000 pounds. And got myself a controller that works and won't get lost, so I'm pretty happy with this. And I got a better plug on here too, the one that locks, so I think this will work out pretty good. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.